Huh? I kicked the knife out of the man's hands as he turned around to my face, and then I threw him over my shoulder. Are you alright? I rushed towards Shizuku. She looked at me surprised.
Hey, Ryota, take these to the studio, will you?
Yes, of course. I head to the studio with the box I was handed. We were taking pictures for our website today. I still have yet get used to the feeling in the photo studio. My name is Ryota and Nagisa. I started working for this feminine fashion brand F about a year ago. I belong to the marketing department, but recently I often tag along on these photo shoots as well.
Ryota is here with you again? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, why did he choose to work for this company anyway? We don't feature any men's clothing. So maybe that rumor is true after all. He's just a pervert that likes to spy on women. Could be true. Or he's trying to get with the models. Either way, it's creepy.
How rude. I enter the studio while pretending I don't hear the female co-workers talking about me behind my back. As I was getting ready for the shoot on my own, someone called out to me.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, it was today's model, Shizuku Sasaki. Although I was caught off guard, I get myself together and greet her. Nice to meet you. I'm Ryota and Nagisa from F Company. I look forward to the shoot today.
Nice to meet you too, Ryota-san. It's rare to see a male employee from F Company. You know, their workers are usually all female.
Yes, you're right. I myself don't know why I get sent to work at the shoots either.
Well, I kind of get why you're here.
Huh?
Well, you have good taste in clothes, Ryota-san. F Company only carries women's items, but you incorporate their products in your look through accessories. Like your necklace. You make it look so nice, but I guess they don't have clothes in your size.
Yes, they do have pieces that are quite appealing to me too, but Alice, my shoulders are too broad for them. So one day I'd produce some items aimed towards men as well, for men who like cute things like me.
I think that's a good idea. I hope it works out for you.
You're not going to laugh? I mean, selling men's item at F Company.
Oh, I thought it was a lovely idea. Besides, I like men who like cute things.
What? As I was taken aback at the sheer beauty of Shizuku smiling, she was called over by a staff member. That took me by surprise. She said love, but she said that about men who like cute things in general. No deeper meaning. Even then, my heart was still pounding in my chest. Since then, I couldn't help feeling jittery around Shizuku. I can now see why they suspected I was after the models. I did work on the same set as Shizuku a few times, but I tried my best to not come near or speak to her any more than necessary. But...
Oh, hi there, Ryota-san.
Hello? Why does she always come to greet me? Shizuku always came to talk to me when I was working alone in the corner of the studio. You don't have to come talk to me all the time, you know? There are weird rumors going around. Aren't you scared of me?
I'm not scared. I can tell you're not a pervert going after the models, just from talking with you. You're just enthusiastic about F Company's products, right?
Shizuku-san? Only she understood me. I was overwhelmed by happy emotions. I'm going to keep doing my best, no matter what kind of rumors go around about me.
And I'll try my best to make F Company's products look great.
From then on, every time we saw each other, we talked about a lot of things.
Ryota-san, you really have great taste in fashion. I really have a lot to learn from you.
Oh, you're too kind.
Don't be so modest. Oh, they need me over there. I'll see you later.
Yep. We waved to each other and part ways. After Shizuku had left, the female co-workers started whispering again.
I knew it. He's just after the models. Ew. We'll have to keep an eye on him so that he doesn't get too close to Shizuka-san.
Their judgmental gazes pierced my back. I do my job well, so I wish they'd judge me on that. I quietly sighed to myself. A few weeks later, I was walking around town to gain inspiration from my fashion studies. More often than not, I gained ideas from looking at people passing by. I walk along, sadly researching how people are dressed. Then, is that Shizuku? I saw Shizuku in the crowd, wearing a hat as a simple disguise. Should I go say hi? No, but this isn't work hours. I started to turn back to where I came from. Is that guy stalking Shizuku? The man disappears into a narrow side street, following Shizuku. I had a bad feeling about this situation, so I decided to follow them too. To no surprise, the man and Shizuku are facing each other in the alleyway. Why won't you answer me? I wrote to you so many times. The man lunges towards her with a knife he pulled out from his pocket. Without thinking, I was hurling my back at the man. What do you think you're doing? I kicked the knife out of the man's hand as he turned around to my face, and then I threw him over my shoulder. Are you alright? I rushed towards Shizuku. She looked at me surprised.
Ryota-san.
We'll talk later. I'm calling the cops first. We hand over the man to the police, who arrived soon after. We had to head to the police station for questioning. Over at last.
It was quite long.
The sun was already starting to set by the time we were done.
Thanks again for saving me.
I'm glad I made it in time. By the way, I'm quite hungry.
Me too. Let's grab something to eat before we head home. My treat. Let's go.
Wait, Shizuku-san? Shizuku took my hand and started on her way. I couldn't just pull away, so I ended up being taken to an expensive restaurant with her.
Wow.
Shizuku said as she looked impressed while we ate our meal.
You do have great manners.
I mean, it's not much.
It's more than enough. So you're strong, kind, and well-mannered. I might have just fallen for you, Ryota-san.
What?
I'm going to make you like me back, so prepare yourself.
We exchanged numbers, and Shizuku left looking ecstatic, and I saw her off while feeling flustered too. Since then, we contacted each other practically every day. Oh, it's a message from Shizuku. I saw a text from Shizuku when I checked my phone during lunch. I can't help smiling at my phone. The female co-workers are talking again after seeing me like this.
He's checking his phone again. He's on his phone quite a bit recently, don't you think? He's probably playing that idol group game that came out recently. Ew.
I respond to the text while ignoring the mean comments about me.
You're going to be on the set again, right? I'll look forward to seeing you then.
I smile at my phone again after seeing the reply I got. I can't wait till shooting day. Well, there's no way she actually likes me though. I knew that in my mind, but I couldn't help being excited for the shoot like a kid before a field trip. Shizuku came running toward me as soon as the break started.
Ryota-san, we can finally talk in peace.
Oh, don't run looking like that. The outfit for today's shoot was really short skirt. When she runs, the skirt flayed and you could almost see into it.
Do you like it?
Yeah. I don't know why she thought of my awkward response, but she strikes a cute pose. I blushed again seeing her like that.
It's cute that you blush every time.
Shizuku-san.
Shizuka-san, you should stay away from that guy.
The female colleague butts in between me and Shizuku.
He's only here to get close to pretty girls like you, Shizuka-san. He's just a pervert, so you should stay away from him. Hey, don't you think that's a bit rude? I'm only here because I'm the one that fell for him.
What? My heart feels like it's going to pound out of my chest as she grabs onto me. Shizuku doesn't notice this and continues to hug me tighter.
You fell for him? You've gotta be joking. Ryota-san is really strong and kind, and I admire him for his impeccable sense in fashion as well. But there are tons of other guys more suited for you. What do you mean by suited? A prestigious background? Let me tell you, Ryota-san's father is the CEO of F Company. He's currently being trained to be the next CEO. What?
Why do you know that? I haven't told this to anyone yet.
To tell you the truth, my manager and I had an opportunity to talk over a meal with your father, Ryota-san. And when I mentioned how great you were working as part of the staff, your father happily told me how proud he was of his son.
Dad, why did he spill the beans so easily? It's going to make it awkward to work here again from now. Shizuku smiled at me happily. As I scratched my head in confusion, the female colleagues looked on at us in shock.
You're going to have a tough time if you judge people on just their looks. I hope you'll become a person who can see beyond their appearance. Yes.
Since then, no one talked ill of me behind my back, and I was properly praised for the work that I did. And as for my relationship with Shizuku, it had progressed a bit. Sorry to keep you waiting, Shizuku-san.
Don't worry.
She wraps her slender arms around mine and hugs me close, and we proceed to walk in the evening town.
Where shall we go tonight?
Shizuku said happily. It was a sudden squall, but I'm a guy who's always prepared for any situation. I took out a folding umbrella and went past the school entrance without caring about a thing. However, oh, someone's out in the rain. Her white uniform was wet and it was not very good. It was the Ice Queen who never let any guy near her. Apparently, her family was very rich, so that's how she got the nickname. But no one liked her because of her attitude. I heard that everyone but me from my grade had confessed to her. But since she turned all of them down, there are rumors about her. Some people said that she had a plastic surgery. The others said that her family was actually very poor. We were in the same class. Her name was Himuro-san, but it was so hard to approach her because of her piercing eyes. No girls liked her either. Well, I hated her too. There was a time when I sat next to her.
That uniform looks really old. Why don't you get a new one?
I don't have any money too.
That's sad. Being poor must suck.
Yeah,
I guess you were unlucky to get poor parents.
I guess. She was one of those girls who couldn't make any friends because of the beautiful appearance and horrible personality. A month had already passed since we got into the high school. She was a loner like me who didn't belong to any group. She sure was popular from the guys when the school started, but her popularity was already hitting the bottom. She was the most hated girl in the grade. I even thought twice about lending her the black umbrella that I had. She was the bitch anyways. That being said, her skin was showing through her wet uniform, so I couldn't let her go home like that. It was probably kind of me to lend my umbrella despite the fact that I would get wet, so she can hide the wet uniform from everyone else. After a while, I offered my umbrella to her without saying a thing. I didn't want to be the bad guy. 2 minutes has passed in silence. Since she didn't take my umbrella, I started to talk. You can use this if you want. Are you waiting for someone to pick you up? If that's the case, you should wait inside the school.
No one's gonna pick me up. The maids came to pick me up until a few days ago, but my father's company is on the verge of going bankrupt. I have to go home by myself. All the maids and butlers were fired because we couldn't pay them anymore. I just wanted to stand here in rain today. Don't mind me. I'm surprised that you talked to me. I'm the most unpopular girl in the grade.
She said, right after we started the conversation.
What are you expecting? You don't have anything to gain from being kind to me. Now I'm the poorest of the poor. I do have a house that I lived until yesterday, but my father chased me out because the house was going on the auction. He rented a new old apartment, and that's my new home. I know this sounds stupid, but I forgot my way home there. I'm really bad with directions.
I wasn't expecting her to have any weakness. She's the perfect beauty who were able to do anything. I mean, the umbrella is for the wet uniform. I can kinda see through them, so you should take this as a cover.
Oh, I see. Then I'll gladly take your offer.
She took the umbrella from me. Now we were both under the same umbrella like a couple.
Thanks.
Well, bye then. I tried to run off while using my bag as an umbrella. As I took my first step, a harsh voice chased me from behind.
Wait, do you think you're cool for running off like that?
Kinda.
I'm lost. Weren't you listening? Don't you think it's better to guide me home?
I mean, well,
I want to go somewhere warm. Can we talk there?
that's true.
Do you mind if I came to your house, Yamabuki-kun?
What?
What? So you were gonna ignore me after you lent me the umbrella?
Well, my house is in this way.
This way we both don't get wet.
Well, that's true, but I walked back home with her while dropping my shoulders. My parents were both on a business trip, so they were not home. I was nervous because of that, since there were only two of us in the house. This is the bathroom. You can use it however you want. Also the change. I have this Puma tracksuit. It's a bit big for you, but it should work. Also, if you're hungry, I can make you something.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know if it tastes good for a rich girl like you, but I can make something.
Then I want to have an omelette rice.
Oh, okay. I'll make some Caesar salad as well.
Wow, thank you.
I was surprised that she could smile childishly like that. I wasn't expecting her to be able to smile after seeing her being all harsh and everything. Hey, maybe I'm going out of my way saying this, but
What is it?
you look better like that. Himuro-san suddenly made the grim expression, and like usual in a harsh tone.
What? What do you mean?
She asked. I mean, it's easier to approach you when you're smiling like that. Like, instead of that grim face, you look better with the gentle smile. I mean, it's not my place to say things like this, but you'll make more friends that way. You should smile more.
I'm gonna take the bus.
Yeah, you can take your time. Himuro-san looked like she just shrugged my advice off. I wasn't sure if she understood it, but there was a Japanese saying that there will be a happiness to a person who smiles. I thought she would become much happier if she smiled. At least I thought so. While Himuro-san was in the bathroom, I tried my best to make an omelette rice. I tried my best so the eggs was fluffy and melting at the same time. I whipped up the salad too. I hope she liked both of them. As I started to lay the dishes out on the table, Himuro-san came into the kitchen and said,
Sorry and thank you. Now my body is much warmer. Also, thanks for the change too. There were new underwears too, so I put those on.
Ah, that's my older sister's. She is living in the company dorm right now. I think they're too big for you though.
No, it's just about right.
Since I didn't want any more silence, I turned the TV on. We didn't talk much while we were eating, but Himuro-san did talk to me.
I'm sorry that I always made fun of you saying that you were poor.
Huh?
I was looking down upon you because you didn't even take a bus on a rainy day. I'm really sorry. I still don't understand why you lent me the umbrella, someone who were bitchy to you. I've always pitied you because you didn't even have a phone.
I see. It's true that my family is super poor. See, there's nothing in this room. Also that tracksuit, someone in the neighborhood gave it to me. Sorry that it's all covered in lint.
I guess we are both the same now, since I'm poor too.
Well, but Himuro-san's family is going to be fine as long as this pandemic is over. If the economic becomes better, you will be back being rich.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Thanks. If my dad's company started to do well again, can Yamabuki-kun's father come and work with him? As an engineer, only if he's fine with that.
What? Really? My dad was a programmer who developed the gaming apps. But since he was employed by a toxic company right now, he didn't get enough salary even though he overworked. That was the reason why our family was poor. The Engel's coefficient was also super high. Himuro-san's dad's company was famous for paying the employees well. If the company got back on track, there would be many applicants who wanted a job there. My dad also wanted to get a new job, but since he was already quite old, he couldn't find one. That's why he kept on working for the current company. He hated it, but he couldn't find another way. As we finished talking about things like that, Himuro-san called her dad.
I'm at my friend's house right now. I kind of want to stay here for a night, but I don't think I should, so I'm gonna go home in a bit.
She said, and she left my house. I asked her if she needed me to take her home, but she searched up in the Google map, and our houses were pretty close to each other. She smiled, saying she'll be fine by herself. You look better like that.
I'll try my best. Thank you so much for what you did to me today. You made me optimistic about everything. I will tell my dad about what we spoke today. I'll tell him about your dad too.
A day after that, when I was walking to school, someone tapped me on my shoulder.
Do you mind if I come with you?
It was a smiling pretty girl that I've never seen before. Wait, who are you?
It's me, Himuro.
Oh. Himuro-san was smiling to me.
Thanks for what you did to me yesterday.
You're welcome.
Can I come over again?
Yeah.
I bring my changes of clothes too so I can stay over.
What? Another 6 months has passed. Himuro-san has a lot of friends now. She also turned into a garu. She looks cute with the droopy eyes. From what I heard from the girls, they said that she was a lot more friendly. At the same time, her dad's company was back to normal as the economy was better again. So Himuro-san was the rich girl once again. My dad was employed by her dad's company. Apparently, my dad helped building an app that was downloaded by 100 million people, and that was one of the reasons why Himuro-san's dad's company got the sales back. I'm very happy to hear that. And on one Sunday night, Shinji, we are eating out tonight. We're gonna go for a Korean barbecue. I was startled to hear that. Huh? Are we rich enough to go for a Korean barbecue?
Yeah, because your dad is employed by a better company. Also, we want to have a party for you since you have your first girlfriend ever.
My mom said. My mom had a wallet in her hand, looking like she was gonna start dancing. Oh, about my girlfriend, it's the ice queen. Everyone might be jealous of me for that. Well, that being said, since she's all cute in front of me, she's no longer the ice queen, I guess.
I'm going out with Ryota. Huh? Why? I felt sorry for him because he begged me to date him. Ah, I see. Kaori, you're so kind. Right?
Kaori looked at me with a grin. Why did I make such a promise? I dropped my shoulder devastated. It all happened a few weeks ago. I was summoned by Kaori to the school backyard. What do you want?
I like you, Ryota. Please go out with me.
Huh? Kaori Takamatsu was famous for being the prettiest in the school. She arrogantly confessed to me that day. Most of the guys would be so happy to be asked out by her. But we were on very bad terms since we got into this school. We fought with each other on every opportunities. There's no way that you fall in love with me. You're faking this confession. If you're gonna lie, do better.
Huh? I'm confessing my feelings for you, and what's up with that attitude? You're horrible.
Kaori got enraged, glared at me and left. The next morning, when I got to the classroom, Kaori was there looking very awkward, surrounded by the friends.
Kaori, is it true that Ryota dumped you?
Really? That's impossible.
I know, right? He's an introvert, but he has a nerve. I don't understand why he dumped me, even though it was a penalty game.
I don't understand why you made me a part of the penalty game, I said. Kaori stared at me, so I had to stare back to her. Of course, we were fighting with each other even more than before. One day, why do I have to run around on the holiday? Why did she tell me to buy the limited edition cake just because she had to work today? She should have asked mommy instead. That being said, our parents were busy working today too. That was why I had to accept my older sister's favor. Also, I have no idea what she's gonna do to punish me if I declined. My older sister was a spring bean for me. I didn't have a choice but to okay her. Well, this must be a store. Where is the limited edition cake? Wait, what? It's only for couples? I can't buy them! What am I gonna do? But I can't do anything about this. My sister will understand. Or not. I have to do anything to get this cake for her, otherwise she'll get mad at me. I had my head between my arms when someone called my name from behind.
Ryota?
Kaori?
What are you doing here?
My sis told me to buy this cake, but apparently they only sell them to couples.
Oh, is that why you looked so troubled?
Kaori started to think. Few moments later, she looked at me and grinning. Oh boy.
I can help you if you want.
Really?
Yeah, but on some conditions. Beg me to become your girlfriend. You have to bow to me.
Huh? I can't do that here.
I see. Then you can go home empty-handed. Your sister is gonna be so mad.
My pride and my fear for my sister were colliding inside of my mind. Also, I proceeded to bow to Kaori without hesitation. Kaori-san, please become my girlfriend.
Deal. You're my boyfriend from now on.
Kaori said and hugged my arm.
You have to pretend that you're my boyfriend for a few days. And I'll dump you after that.
What? I thought this was just for now.
I didn't say that. You have to fake it until I say it's over.
Okay. I was already feeling exhausted, and I couldn't believe this was going to last for another few days. But anyways, I got the cake and my sister commanded me for bringing the cake to her. The next day, Kaori's voice was echoing in the classroom, filled with joy.
I'm going out with Ryota. Huh? Why? I felt sorry for him because he begged me to date him. Ah, I see. Kaori, you're so kind. Right?
Kaori looked at me with a grin. Why did I make such a promise? I dropped my shoulder devastated. But it's only for a few days. I only have to be patient for a few days and then everything's gonna be back to be normal. One day, while I was longing for this to be over,
Ah, Ryota, it's such a coincidence.
shit, Kaori?
Treat your girlfriend?
You're a fake girlfriend. Hey, let's end this fake couple thing already.
Let me think.
Kaori tilted her head, and that was when someone appeared.
Oh, isn't that Kaori? So it was true that you were going out with Ryota.
It was Rika, a girl from the class next door. Takeru, who was her tall and handsome boyfriend, was also with her.
Kaori, everyone says that you're so beautiful, but I guess you're not much of a big deal considering that you're dating an introvert like him. Huh? I agree that Ryota does look kinda plain on outside, but he's a good guy.
What? I was shocked to hear a compliment from her.
Oh, so you're saying that we shouldn't judge the book by its cover? Yeah, you're only choosing your boyfriend for the looks, aren't you? Huh? That's not true. Takeru is smart, and he's very good at sports too. I see, but Ryota is still better at everything. What? If you say so, we have to make them compete against each other to decide on who's better. We've got the midterm coming up, so we should also hold the 100-meter sprint battle. Takeru is gonna win both of them. Huh? Ryota is gonna win both of them. Stop making fun of us. Ryota, come with me.
Yeah. I started walking only because Kaori was pulling me. Rika and Takeru disappeared into the crowd, and I finally opened my mouth. Hey, are you serious about the competition? I don't want to do it.
Stop whining. Aren't you mad that they made fun of you? You're smart, and you're pretty good at sports, so you should beat him up and shame him for that.
Yeah. Kaori was so passionate about it, so I had to nod. Few days later, we got the test results back. Kaori, Rika, Takeru and I gathered up in the corridor to see the result posted on the bulletin.
Yay! Ryota! I knew you could do it. You scored the highest.
Yeah. While I was starting, Kaori jumped and hugged me. Rika was staring at me.
It's too early to celebrate. You only won the midterm. we've still got the 100-meter sprint. Let's go. He's not gonna lose that too.
Kaori smirked and we all went to the ground. Takeru and I got to the start line. You won the midterm, but I'm not gonna lose this one. Me too. We stared at each other quickly.
On your mark, get set, go!
On Rika's call, we both started running. And
Ryota! You're amazing! You won by a huge lead. You're so cool.
whoa! Kaori hugged me when I was trying to catch my breath, so my legs wobbled. But I was able to catch her without falling.
I didn't know you were such a good guy.
Hey, Kaori, you were embarrassing me.
What? Oh,
Kaori finally realized what she was doing and jumped back with her face red.
I didn't mean it, okay?
I know. We both looked away from each other. Rika, who was watching everything, seemed to be in doubt.
Hey, I have been quite suspicious about this. Are you guys really going out with each other? What? Why do you ask? Oh, then you have to prove it to me. Prove it? How? By kissing, of course.
What?
Kissing?
We looked at each other with our faces twitching.
Huh? You guys should be happy that you can kiss each other if you are dating. Why are you guys so shocked? Did you guys make a deal or something? You're such a bitch for pretending that you're going out with him, deceiving everyone. Huh? I'm not pretending. Then you should be able to kiss him. Of course.
Huh? Kaori? Kaori's face got close and in a moment I knew. We were kissing each other. She must be joking.
See? Are you satisfied?
Kaori asked Rika with a red face. Rika, whose face was also red, nodded as if she didn't expect her to kiss me for real. I only made her deal with her. My face was secretly red too because of the sensation that was left on my lip. And the next day, the rumor spread too fast. Everyone in the school knew that we kissed.
Hey, did you know Ryota and Kaori-san are dating? I heard, but Ryota was smarter and better at sports than Takeru, right? I think Kaori-san has a great taste.
I overheard a few conversations about us. We both looked at each other and looked away immediately. We were both red. I can't look at her face because of what happened yesterday. Kaori was thinking of the same. And we naturally kept a distance from each other. I looked at her as she looked away. I got near her and she left. A week had passed like that. I started to notice that my heart was aching. I'm kinda sad about it. The fact that I couldn't speak with Kaori. But why am I feeling this way? I thought we didn't like each other. We fought against each other a lot. While I was confused about my feelings for her, our eyes met again. She looked away as per usual, and my heart ached again. What the hell is this feeling? Few days later, I was going home alone, and Kaori crossed my mind. It was such a good time, pretend to be a couple with Kaori. I hated the fact I didn't have Kaori beside me. The next day, Kaori?
Ryota?
I went out to town so I could refresh myself. That was when I saw Kaori. She didn't look like her usual self. Her expression was so gloomy. What's wrong? What happened? I ran towards her and asked. Kaori's face looked like she was about to cry. Kaori, are you okay?
Why are you worried about me? I used you, and I hurt you.
Because you pretend to be my girlfriend, there is no need for you to feel guilty about it. We both benefited from that.
I'm troubled.
What?
I'm troubled because you're so kind, Ryota.
Huh? Why do you have to trouble about that?
Because I really fell in love with you.
What the? Kaori's words were echoing in my head, and I was feeling so happy about it. I see. So that's how I felt towards her. Kaori, I think I fell in love with you too. So, will you go out with me? For real this time?
Ryota, of course.
And that was how we become a real couple after days of pretending. A while later, we were fighting each other again, but we never get too tense about it.
Sorry, I said too much.
Me too. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Ryota, I love you.
We gently kissed each other. We built a happy relationship even though we fought here and there. We started living with each other right after graduation. And 3 years later, Kaori, please marry me.
Yes, of course.
Kaori accepted the engagement ring with a gentle smile, looking so happy.
My name is Tsukasa Nita. I am currently a student at a public high school.
Check out Tsukasa over there, nerdy and dull as always.
You can tell he's clearly an introvert. Look at his atrocious hair too.
Sorry for being unbearable. I don't need to be reminded that I'm ugly. As you can tell, my looks aren't all that great. The girls in my class make fun of me every single day. It does bug me, but I can't talk back, so I just pretend I don't notice. Even then, there is one of them that doesn't approve me of just ignoring their comments about me.
Hey, are you just going to let them say all those nasty things about you? Doesn't it bother you?
Huh? This here is Miyabi Itsuki. She's been in the seat next to ever since the class changed at the beginning of the year. Her straightforward personality and bold, modern Garu looks make her one of those people I'd rather not to be around. But since she has both a nice face and physique, some of the guys are really into her.
Did you hear me? I said, doesn't it bother you?
Huh? Oh, well, it bugs me a little, but not so much that it bothers me.
Okay then.
Upon hearing my reply, Miyabi lost interest and went away. What was that? Did I do something to make her angry? As always, I never understood what girls' reaction meant, but there was something that caught my attention. Now that I think of it, all the other girls make fun of my appearance, but I've never heard Miyabi say anything bad about me. What if she actually likes me? As a guy, I can only dream of such a thing, but I know for sure that that's not true. We have nothing in common except for the fact that we sit next to each other in class. It was a few days later when there was a bit of a change in our relationship. That day, I was a bit on edge. Those stupid girls, they've really done it this time. While I was cleaning the gymnasium, the girls that were also cleaning there pointed to my messy hair and made fun of it, saying that it looks like a mop. They said that since my hair looks like a mop, I wouldn't need any help in cleaning the gym. They left me to do all the cleaning on my own, and by the time I was done and went to grab my stuff, the classroom was filled with a red cloud from the setting sun. Oh, Miyabi, you're still here?
Why? Was I not supposed to?
I thought that everyone had already left. I really wasn't in the mood to talk to any girls. Miyabi, who was flipping through a magazine, said to me,
You were made to do all the cleaning by yourself, weren't you? The other girls told me.
So what? What does that have anything to do with you?
Doesn't it bother you?
Huh? Miyabi asked me the same question as before.
Don't you want to get back at those girls that always make fun of you?
Well,
Jeez, why don't you speak your mind for once?
it bothers me, of course it does. I can't stand them making fun of my looks all the time.
Well then, you should have said so sooner. Come to the balcony with me.
Huh? What, why?
Just come here. Hurry. Oh, and bring a chair too.
Huh? I had a lot of questions, but I did as I was told. Miyabi, who was waiting for me on the balcony, showed a slight grin. For some reason, she had a pair of scissors in her hands.
Okay, now take a seat here. I'm going to give you a haircut.
What, you're cutting it?
Don't worry, I'm good at cutting hair.
I didn't mean to question your skills, but why are you going to cut my hair?
Because you said that it bothered you.
Huh? Well, I did say that, but...
Well then, get yourself a makeover and get back at them. I don't have a barber's cape, so I'm going to cut it as is, okay? If you don't want to get hair on your school uniform, do you want to take it off?
Of course I'm not taking it off. But before that, are you even listening? I used to think Miyabi had a straightforward personality, but it seems she's just unfazed by her surroundings. She just brushes off what I said to her and keeps preparing for the haircut. It tickles when Miyabi touches my hair. With her standing right behind me, it felt almost as if she were breathing down on my neck.
If I listen to your requests, it'll turn out all nerdy again. So you'll leave it up to me, right?
Huh. Okay. Do as you will.
Roger that. Well, just look forward to the results.
For a while, I was just listening to the sound of scissors snipping my hair, and...
Okay, finished. Here, take a look in the mirror.
Sure. I checked my face in the mirror I was handed. I made a weird sound. Who is this?
It's you? Who else would it be?
Yeah, you're right. This is me? I looked like a completely different person. I was looking into the mirror at a version of me I'd never seen before.
I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. I mean, I didn't know cutting your hair would make you so good looking. It's almost like a fraud.
Yeah, you're right about that. Huh? Is something wrong? Why is your face so red?
It's because of the sunset. You clean up the balcony, okay? I'm going home now.
Okay. Thanks anyway. Miyabi stopped as she was heading back to the classroom. She said without looking back at me.
Now the girls won't laugh at you anymore. I hope you're happy.
I sure hope so. And thanks to that girl next to me, I was able to get a complete makeover. The next day, as I entered the classroom...
Huh? It can't be. Is that Tsukasa?
No way! He's kind of hot now.
As soon as they saw me, the girls that were making fun of me had their eyes all over me. All over the classroom, people were glancing over and whispering about me. Hey Miyabi, good morning. Thanks again for yesterday.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Huh? I thought that all that from yesterday would have made us closer. But I guess I thought wrong. Miyabi was distant as usual, and it caught me off guard. From this day on, everything about my school life had changed.
Hey, Tsukasa-kun, I baked some sweets. Do you want to come eat it with me?
No,
Hey, no fair. Forget about her and come have a chat with me.
Huh? I guess if it's just a chat.
Hey, don't you dare. What kind of girls do you like, Tsukasa-kun?
Hey, don't get so close. I ended up having all the Garu girls from class hitting on all the time. All of a sudden, I was attractive and desirable. But, this is tiring. I mean, getting hit on by all these girls, I'm not mad about it, but I haven't had a decent conversation with any girls up to this point. How am I supposed to react to such a huge change? Plus, no matter how many girls came up to me, it didn't faze me at all. I already had someone else in mind. I want to talk to Miyabi again. That feeling kept growing as time went on. After a few weeks, a group of girls stopped me after school.
Hey, Tsukasa-kun, why don't you come play with us after this?
Yeah, let's go out to karaoke.
Sounds good, right? It'll be fun.
Well, Miyabi looked over at me, mumbling to myself. That alone made my choice crystal clear. Sorry, I already have other plans today.
Huh?
Hey!
Miyabi, would you walk home with me?
Huh? Me?
Is that a no?
No, it's okay, but are you sure? There are girls out there that want to go out with you.
Don't worry, I want to go home with you.
Oh, okay.
The girls from class were still saying something, but I ignored them and grabbed Miyabi's hand as we left the classroom. On the way home, I like you, Miyabi. Will you go out with me?
Huh? Me? Why? You became attractive and now you have all these other girls to choose from.
That doesn't matter to me. I want you.
Oh, I see.
Miyabi was the only one who spoke to me, regardless of how I looked. That's why I fell for her. And what's the verdict?
I appreciate the thought, but my family is poor, so even if we go out, we won't be able to go out on dates and stuff.
According to Miyabi, she's the eldest of 7 siblings. She has many brothers and sisters to take care of, and she has it pretty tough. That's surprising. You didn't really seem like you had a bunch of siblings.
I didn't really mention that I'm from a big family at school. I'm the one who cuts all of my brother's hair.
Oh, so that's why you were so good at giving haircuts.
Yeah, I guess. Your hair was always in your face. I always wanted to give it a trim.
Maybe her family situation has to do with why Miyabi didn't care about my appearance. Well, to get back to the topic, I won't want to go out with you just because I want to go on dates. So,
Okay then. Do you want to come over sometime?
does that mean...
Going on a date at home doesn't cost money.
Yes, of course I'll come. And that's how we started going out. We are keeping it a secret at school, but there is something that has changed. Nowadays, whenever I look over at the girl that sits next to me, she smiles back at me. It's such a small difference, but it's stuff like this that makes me the happiest. Boom.
At the gymnasium, the school volleyball match. The boys in my class. The setter had tossed the ball perfectly, and the ridiculously good-looking guy jumped up to an incredible height and slammed the ball into the opponent's court. Fujishima-kun on the opposing team, the ace player of the men's volleyball club, couldn't reach and just stood there stunned. Now, 1 week prior. My name is Yuna Yamano. I am currently in the first year of high school. I'm in class 2. My current problem is that I'm being made of fun for not being popular to boys at school. It was those days when Yuko Hayashi, a popular and flashy girl in my class, was always trying to put me down. Yamano-san, the sad, unattractive introvert with being smart as the only thing going for her. You don't spend money on clothes and you don't even wear makeup. That's why you can't have a handsome boyfriend like me. Fujishima-kun, who is said to be Yuko Hayashi's boyfriend, is in a different class, but he is the ace player in the volleyball club and certainly is tall and handsome. He certainly is a handsome guy that all the girls longed for. Because she wants to be the best in everything, and I'm in the same grade as her, she doesn't seem to enjoy my existence. According to my best friend Midori-chan, Yuko is doing petty things like verbally harassing me to potentially get me down to the point that I could not study, or so she says. It's not worth my time, so days went on where I ignored Yuko completely, until one day I was about to head home, and Midori-chan was right next to me when we were blocked ahead. Oh, Yamano-san, about tomorrow's exams. I'll never lose to you. This time I studied a lot. You always got the highest score. As I stayed silent, you were always the best in the class because you were just studying without being asked out by a man. But this time, I didn't go out at all, and my mom made me go to cram school more often, so I really did my best. I couldn't go out and I'm suffering, all because of you. My mom really wants me to be the number 1. I don't want to study anymore. I'm hoping that you don't do well on purpose tomorrow or refuse to come to school in the future. No, I have to do my best on the test. And she says, huh? I'm giving you an offer that if you just don't do as well in tomorrow's test, I'll stop verbally harassing you. Midori-chan, who was right next to me, snapped.
Wow, Yuko Hayashi, you made a quiet fool of my best friend Yuna, didn't you? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yuna, unpopular from boys?
Huh? Midori, I'm just telling the truth.
You don't seem to know, so I'll tell you. Yuna has a boyfriend.
What? That's gonna be a lie. There's no way she has a boyfriend.
You're stupid, Yuko. She really does.
Midori-chan lied as naturally as she would breathe. I was panicking in my mind, thinking, What? What are you saying, Midori-chan? Are you sure? Yuna here seems surprised at the news.
Midori-chan gently nudged me on my back. Apparently, according to her facial expression, she wants me to play along.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend. Oh, is that so? Well then, Yamano-san, this Sunday, let's have a double date with me and my boyfriend, Fujishima-kun. You can't refuse. It's right after the exams, so it's fine, isn't it? Let's go out, whether it's a movie date or a shopping date. Bring it on. This Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Bring the man who you say is your boyfriend to the designated place. Alright?
And this is how I ended up with Midori-chan saying that I had a boyfriend and having plans for a double date with Yuko Hayashi. Yuko's eyes were filled with suspicion, as if to say that this was all a lie, and she said,
I have to go home early to study. See you. You promised, so bring your boyfriend on Sunday. Well, if you are only telling the truth.
Yuko went away and I met Midori-chan's gaze.
Midori-chan, why did you lie like that? You know I don't have a boyfriend.
Well, I was frustrated. You never talk back at her. She's going to keep escalating unless you get back at her every once in a while.
I mean, I don't have a boyfriend.
Midori-chan says, not to worry. We can just ask someone to play the role of your boyfriend.
The role of my boyfriend?
Yeah, he can just pretend to be your boyfriend.
But who can I ask?
As I looked lost, Midori-chan stopped one of the boys from class 2. Yamabuki-kun,
What is it?
can I ask you a favor? Can you pretend to be Yuna's boyfriend? It's only for one day. It's this Sunday.
Midori-chan proceeded to tell the whole story of Yuko Hayashi always making fun of me for not being popular with the boys, and that she ended up telling her that I have a boyfriend, and so on.
Yamabuki-kun is tall, but he is a nerdy boy with glasses. He had the same introverted vibe like me. The reason why Midori-chan asked Yamabuki-kun to be my boyfriend for a day was because, according to what she told me later, he is a friendly person and cannot say no to things. Yamabuki-kun didn't hesitate at all and immediately answered, yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, Yamabuki-kun. When I apologized, he said,
No problem. I was free this Sunday anyways.
He had heavy bangs and his expression was hard to see, but I could tell he smiled. Now, the next day, after the exams, Yuko was in a bad mood. Apparently, she couldn't get good scores because she made a lot of careless mistakes. She leaned back and took my answer sheet from my hands. As she looked at my scores, she was shaking in anger. I lost! She looked mortified, but then she immediately grinned. I'm looking forward to this Sunday. I mean, he's your boyfriend, so what kind of shabby guy are you planning on bringing?
By the way, Yamabuki-kun was sitting next to me.
No way!
There was no way I could tell Hayashi-san that I was bringing Yamabuki-kun to the date. Sunday has come. I dressed up and headed to the designated spot. Hayashi-san and her boyfriend, Fujishima-kun, hadn't come yet. When I was waiting in front of the fountain, I heard a voice above my head.
I'm sorry, did you wait?
Huh? Who are you?
There was a handsome guy with his hair slicked back and well-defined eyes and nose in front of me. At first glance, a tough guy.
Looking forward to today.
Are you hitting on me?
Huh? You asked me to be your boyfriend for a day.
He's acting way different than usual.
It's me, Yamabuki, stupid.
Total aggressive attitude. The tough guy vibe is so different from his usual gentle way of speaking. I kind of like it. When I thought in my mind, Yuko appeared with Fujishima-kun and was shocked.
Wow, who's that handsome guy?
I'm Yuna's boyfriend.
It can't be. There's no way Yuna has such a cool boyfriend.
No, really, I'm her boyfriend.
I was suddenly hugged by Yamabuki-kun.
You even have a better boyfriend than me.
To this, Fujishima-kun didn't stay quiet.
Hey Yuko, what do you mean better? I feel offended.
Fujishima-kun was seriously in shock when he saw Yamabuki-kun.
Are you really the Shinji Yamabuki that I played against at the junior high prefecture tournament?
Hey, what are you talking about, Fujishima-kun?
Shut up, Yuko. I have the utmost respect for this guy. Our team lost horribly to this guy. I'm leaving.
He pushed Yuko out of the way and left as though he were running away. After that, did Yuko not realize that this is Yamabuki-kun who sits next to me in the class?
What's your first name? Why are you dating an introvert like Yuna?
She was asking persistently. Yamabuki-kun didn't show any interest in her and started saying things to me like,
It's cute when you take off your glasses. Just the other day, I saw you sleeping in class, and I saw your face up close. It was really cute. So I guess I kind of fell for you then?
Huh? Up close? During the class?
I think Yuko Hayashi has so many questions. I guess she couldn't even imagine that Yamabuki-kun is such a handsome guy.
Yuko Hayashi? We're going on a date, so don't bother us anymore.
Yamabuki-kun grabbed my wrist and we ran off.
What? You know my name?
After entering Paruko, which is very close to the meeting spot, we enjoyed shopping and lunch at the restaurant on the first floor. And now it's time for the two of us to go home. I thanked Yamabuki-kun.
Thank you for today.
Then,
About the boyfriend for a day deal, would you like to extend it? Actually, I've always liked you, Yuna-san, and I talked to Midori-san about how I liked you so that I could get closer to you. And she asked me if I would like to pretend to be your boyfriend.
my reply to that confession was,
Sure.
Now, next Monday, Yuko Hayashi was looking for the handsome guy in our grade, but Yamabuki-kun has returned to his nerdy glasses look, and Yuko Hayashi never figured out that Yamabuki-kun was the handsome man from that day. However, time went by, and it was the day of the volleyball class match. The super handsome man has appeared. It was Yamabuki-kun without his glasses. He landed many spikes against Fujishima-kun's team, and the crowd went wild. And I only heard about this later. Yamabuki-kun was the ace player in the best junior high volleyball team in all of Japan. Fujishima-kun was afraid and couldn't play as well during the match.
My name is Haruto Kagami, 20 years old. I'm in my second year of college studying economics at a national university. I'm spending my days being busy at my part-time job. From just that, you might think that I have a pretty ordinary life, but there is one thing that's not so ordinary about me.
Yusei-kun, my food tastes better, right? No, mine is sure to be better because I use expensive ingredients. What are you two talking about? Of course, I'm the one that satisfied Yusei's taste buds the most.
Hahaha, can't I just say that they all tasted good?
No way. No, you can't.
It's the fact that my little brother has beautiful girls swooning over him. The girls are so pretty, you don't even see girls of that caliber on TV. So many pretty girls meet and fall for him that you'd think this world was a rom-com starring him. Because of this, since my parents are away from the country for business, there are always girls hanging out in our house. You might think that I'm lucky to be able to see all these pretty girls all the time, but in reality, things aren't that simple. Could you stay in your room for a little while longer?
Why would you come in here now? Unbelievable. You've totally ruined the mood. I don't care if you're his brother. If you ruin my time with Yusei again, I'll crush you.
Like that, even though my home is supposed to be a place for me to relax, I have to always be keeping in mind about these girls that are total strangers to me. On top of that, the fact that I've disrupted their mood a few times, and that I look gloomy from my overgrown hair that hides my face since I don't style it when I work, has made their impression of me way worse. Most of the girls make a disgusted face just from catching a glimpse of me. From this reason, even days that I don't work, I kill time and I don't come home until the girls gave left, around 10 p.m. I use the money I earn working by watching movies or going to the arcade.
Please stop.
What's going on? The time was a little before 10 p.m. I was on my way home from my job at the cafe. I heard a familiar voice. As I looked back to the direction of the voice, I saw one of the girls that come to my house, Nagisa Kurose, with a beautiful black hair, surrounded by two sketchy-looking men. As far as I can see, it's probably a pickup. She is one of the most petite of the girls that come to my house, but she has a very curvy body, much like a swimsuit model that most men cannot resist. Her face, although still has a child look charm, have features even a national celebrity would be jealous of. An unbelievably beautiful girl, a girl's like that, out alone at night, no wonder she's getting hit on. I guess I can't just ignore them since it's Nagisa. Of the girls that come to my house, Nagisa is the only one that treats me like a normal person. I wouldn't feel bad walking away if it were one of the other girls with nasty personality, but Nagisa is different. Hey, what are you doing hitting on my brother's girl? Get away from her. I rushed towards Nagisa and stopped the man from grabbing her arm. Who do you think you are? They all looked confused at my sudden arrival. I used an opportunity to squeeze myself in between the guys and Nagisa to protect her. I'm someone who may end up being her brother-in-law. Sounds too good to be coincidence. Seeing her reaction, he probably doesn't even know her. He probably popped out trying to look cool for a cute girl. We were not nice guys who will back away just because she's someone else's girl. We'll beat you up and take the girl. I guess they're not backing out. These guys are going to be more trouble than I expected. What should I do? I assumed most guys would give up if they find out the girl has a boyfriend, so I was frustrated this unexpected situation. Isn't there anything I can do to get out of this mess? Luck is not always on my side like my rom-com main character brother, so I didn't miraculously have martial arts experience. So I didn't have a smooth trick up my sleeve to have her from this situation. The only things that come to mind are calling the police, or I just try my best to buy time. The first option wouldn't work because they would stop me before I could call the police. The second option was questionable because I'm not physically fit and I didn't know if I could hold them off long enough for her to run away. But I had no choice. I had to do something. I yelled as loud as I could and pretended to throw a punch at one of the guys. And when I was about to launch my fist, I kicked up at his groin. Oof! A direct hit. The man fell to his knees. Why, you little... Nagisa, run! As I temporarily disabled one of the men, I ordered Nagisa to run away.
No, if it's just one guy, I can handle it. Ha!
Ugh!
Yeah!
Nagisa ignored my orders and darted for the other guy standing. She gracefully threw him over her shoulder and launched him at the other guy on his knees. That knocked out both the guys. Wow.
I learned self-defense from my father, who's a cop, but I wasn't prepared to handle two, so thank you for your help.
I complimented her on her skills that knocked out two grown men, and she gave a shy smile. I'm glad I was of some help to you, Nagisa.
Yes, I'm very grateful, but I'm sorry I didn't recognize you at first. You looked so different when you came in to save me. I might not have had to do anything this dangerous if I had noticed you.
The end result would have been the same, so don't worry about it. The guys from school didn't recognize me at work either.
I feel better having heard you say that. But, why don't you always style your hair like that?
It's too much work. I just have to look more put together when I work at the cafe, so I only do this because I have to.
Such a shame.
Did you say something?
Nothing. I'd like to properly thank you for tonight. So, would you like to go out for a meal sometime?
Don't worry about it.
But I do care about it. So please, let's go out when you have a day off.
And I ended up being forced to make plans with Nagisa. A few days later,
Here you are.
I was being spoon-fed an ice cream parfait by Nagisa. You should be doing stuff like that to my brother, not me. I didn't expect a girl that likes my brother to do something like that to me. So I panicked and stopped her.
Too late.
But all that ended in vain, as a spoon was forced into my mouth and sweetness from the ice cream and strawberry sauce covered my taste buds. Nagisa, why are you doing this to me of all people?
Isn't it obvious? It's because I like you.
Huh? I froze at the unexpected response. Why? I thought you liked my little brother.
That's true that I did like your brother Yusei-kun. But even though I try my best to get him to like me, he only gave me uncertain replies and reactions. A month or so ago, I stepped back and re-evaluated the situation I was in, and I realized that I was just being held on as a backup. Once I thought of it like that, my feelings for him diminished. By the time I realized, I didn't like him at all anymore. And that was when you came in and saved me that night. And I fell for you, Haruto-san. Does that make me a skank?
She smiled in a way that was filled with irony. No, it doesn't. The look on her face made her look so hurt. I immediately denied her remark about herself. In a comic or a novel, the female lead falling for another guy is taboo, but this is real life. The love you thought would last forever suddenly coming to an end is a regular occurrence. So her feelings are nothing out of the ordinary. As I told her exactly what was on my mind, she cried and thanked me profusely.
Thank you so much.
After she managed to thank me through her tears, she covered her face with her hands and proceeded to cry for a while longer. From there, Nagisa asked to go out with me almost every week, and after 2 months, I cracked. I come to love Nagisa as well, and I asked her to be my girlfriend on the day of the summer festival, and of course she said yes. In order to be a fitting boyfriend for Nagisa, I cut my rugged hair and I put more effort into my looks. That completely changed how my little brother's girlfriend saw and acted towards me.
Do you want to come hang with us too, Haruto-san?
Today is special, so you can have some too, if you want.
They started to clearly hit on me. I asked Nagisa why they would suddenly act so differently around me.
I think it's because you are way more handsome than you think you are, with your bangs pushed back, Haruto-san.
It's our secret that I blushed when she complimented my looks like that. I did think it was a bit drastic, but I didn't want to have girls following me around when I already have Nagisa as a girlfriend, so I told them off by saying, I find it disgusting that you treat me so differently, just because of the way I look, so back off. I don't know if that was the reason, but from that day on, those girls stopped showing up at our house. They stopped coming because of you. How are you going to pay for this? Yusei came to complain to me, but I told him it was wrong of you to have all of them over all the time in the first place, and it was your fault for ignoring their feelings for you, even though they clearly showed it. After my little lecture, he had nothing to say back to me. I assume he knew he was acting ambiguous to them. I hope this teaches him a lesson to be more faithful to girls.
Haruto-san? Haruto-san, what is going on? You faced off for a second there.
I was just thinking about all the things that had happened since I started dating you. We were on our way home from shopping, and Nagisa was nudging me, looking worried as I had just stopped and stood there. I came to, thanks to that. I pat her head softly to reassure her that I was okay. Nagisa let out a sigh of relief and let me do as I wished for a while.
My mom and dad aren't coming home today, so...
Maybe she felt satisfied after being petty for a bit. Nagisa propped herself up and asked me to come over to her house as she blushed bright red. Are you sure?
Yes. Ow.
Silly goose. I'll get arrested if I act on a minor. We'll wait until you've graduated high school. I flicked my finger on her forehead, so tell her not to say something so stupid. Nagisa puffed up her cheeks to show her dissatisfaction. I want just as much as you do, but I can't afford to be arrested, so please be patient. I'll do anything else for you though.
Really? Then I want to cook with you, Haruto-san.
Having heard me say, I'd do anything else, her face turned from unsatisfied to happy. I can't help but feel that she played me well, but I tell myself it was a necessary measure to keep her. We headed to the supermarket hand in hand.
Thank you for watching till the end. We are looking forward to your comments. I will be encouraged if you put any kind of comment and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye.